Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video about journaling and planner inspiration. So these are the things I'm going to be using as examples today. What I wanted to say was that you don't have to, firstly, you don't have to copy what other people do when you're journaling and bullet journaling using planner and everything. But then if you have no idea of how to make your planner or your journal your own, you might not even start doing it because you want it to be a certain way. You want it to be pretty or look a certain way. And because you think, oh, I'm not going to copy anyone, but you may not have any of your own ideas, then you may not actually know what to do at all. And I suffer from that. I guess you could call it like blank page syndrome or something. And I did a blog post on this years ago, which I could have summarized in: if you struggle to think of what to write, or if you struggle to start something like a new notebook, just write your name down, and it breaks the curse of not having written anything yet and being so worried about writing the first thing. Write your name down on the first page of the notebook, on the top of your page when you're writing like an essay or something. Just write your name down, and it breaks that little curse, I think. So this is kind of like a breaking the curse of a new planner or a new journal. So I didn't know what style I wanted to do, so I went up to my craft room and I just played about with stencils. So this is breaking the curse of having something in my new planner come journal which is pretty and that I actually want to use. And all I did was lay a stencil down on these monthly journal pages, generic, no dates written on them, so you can print them year after year, and laid a stencil down and did the pink colour and then cleaned it off, laid it down upside down, did the green colour and mixed it in between on both sides. So all of a sudden I have got usable planner pages that look pretty, that I don't need to do anything to now. They are ready to use. And then the next page, so that's September, and for October I decided to use, and I actually had some inspiration for this one, I decided to use orange and purple and stars because it will be Halloween. And although this purple doesn't actually look like purple, that's because I forgot to clean the stencil off and it got mixed with the orange and it looks a weird colour now, but at least it's still pretty. And because it's Halloween and stars and the colour purple mean magic to me and orange means Halloween to me, that's what I did. I got it a bit messy, which annoyed me, and then I remembered that my whole journal is going to be a messy fun place to write. So all of a sudden I have got some planner pages to start using, and it's going to break the curse of not having the anything written down in my planner journal thing. I've got to come up with a word for it. Another thing that I wanted to show you was books like this. This is 3 books I've got. I've also got the evening version of this book, and these are great for inspiration. So this is called 5 Minutes in the Morning, a focus journal, and my brother bought me the morning one, I think, and I think I bought myself the evening one. Oh no, I bought myself the morning one because I've got the price on it. My brother would have taken the price sticker off. Now he got me the evening one, and it's 5 minutes in the morning. Just journal. Just take inspiration from the page, use the page, write on it, or you've got things to colour in, look, or write it in your journal. Use these as inspiration. There's so many good ideas, and you don't actually need to write in the book because, in theory, if you write in the book, you've done it and you can't do it again. So just use this as a journaling prompt. That's something I could have showed you but I'm not going to get up to get it now. I'll just tell you about it. So there you go. Just take these ideas, or just take these exercises and write about them in your journal. And when you don't know what to write about, just pick one, just choose it. Another thing my friend got me for Christmas is 642 tiny things to write about. And it's the same sort of thing, but this is creative writing. So more ideas. You do this in your journal, or in this book, or in a notebook, in a creative writing journal, whatever you want to do. This one is more free range, almost. A colourful life journal. Looks like that. My brother took the price to Croft. He's very good, isn't he? Buying me these sorts of things. So some of the pages are arty. I guess you could draw on them, write on them, add some more colour to them. And some of them quotes. Some of them have motivational messages or interesting sayings. So this is more free range. You get to choose what you want to do with it. But you could even take this book apart and use it in your journal. Like that would be a beautiful divider. And then it's got a quote on it. Or, it's bound in signatures, so you can even put it in an A5 traveller's notebook. It's just a lovely book. But what I wanted to also say was that this could give you inspiration for your own art, because I love the idea of watercolouring, but I haven't ever learnt how to do it. So I don't know, how to really use them. And so, using a book like this to learn how to sort of layer colour, what shapes you can do, the power of simple shapes, that you don't need to be able to paint a vase of flowers or a bowl of fruit. You can just do simple shapes, which anyone can do. Just get yourself a cheap watercolour kit and a couple of paintbrushes, and you can create your own dividers, your own backgrounds, and it would look beautiful. I mean, look at that. That is really simple. All you need to do is Google or YouTube search how to create backgrounds with watercolours, and you can do it with salt and water, and it creates beautiful effects. So there's some ideas, but what I wanted to say about these three here, is that if you've ever come across Leonie Dawson's workbook, I can't remember what it's called, but that sort of book where it's got exercises for you. It could be like Leonie Dawson's. It kind of starts from the end of the previous year and then goes to the end of the current year, full of exercises that are themed to do with maybe like times of the year, like a year roundup, and then a new year goals, and then whatever else you want to structure throughout the year, or more freeform. Then you could make your own workbook, and you can either have that as the basis of your journal. So maybe you have a different theme for each month. So I was just watching Kellyanne Maddox's video on self-love. So she does self-love September. So maybe you make September all about journaling that's about self-love. You could have something in your birthday month that's about things that you want about your life. You could have stuff in January about goals. You can have stuff in December about being I can't remember the word, giving to others, and about doing things for others, not just giving gifts, but maybe volunteering and stuff. You can journal, you can draw, you can plan events for yourself and write about them in your journal. So you could almost make your own workbook. Or you can have one that's very random. If you're in a file of facts, you can do loose leaf paper, and you could have one of your spare file of facts or a folder or something that is just full of pages that you have prepared, like these books, and you just pick a random one, and you pick that out and you put it in your journal, and that something that you write about today. You colour in, you draw on it, and you write about it. This topic that you have pre-planned, that you've given yourself 6 months ago, and on a day with no inspiration, you've got stuff that's ready. What I wanted to mention was I should have brought it down off my shelf, but years ago, 2011, Imi from Imi's World and I started a Facebook group called 36530 Lists, and it's now been archived because it kind of dried up a bit, but we have a few years worth of lists there of journaling prompts or list ideas, and so that is something that I am going to be using to have inspiration for journaling. The group you cannot join anymore because it's not active anymore, but if you are a member of the group, you can still access the lists. You can only use them for your personal use. You cannot sell them. We had a problem with somebody thinking that they were allowed to sell the lists on, even though they were the owned by the people who wrote them, which was members of the group, and we just put them up on the group with, they'd written them for the group. They are not for sale, but you can use them in your journal. And maybe one day I'll find a way of writing, collating them all and publishing them all on some active Facebook group somewhere, but feel free to use them as journaling prompts if you are a member of that group. Or maybe I'll make it like a Google page or something, like a shareable document, and share it in the bottom bar of this video. I'll see if I can do that. So yes, set up, pre-plan journaling prompts or journaling arty pages or things that you can write about, self-help type activities for when you're feeling down, to motivate you and to get your frustrations out, and to give yourself some therapy. And you can also do it with the more arty side of journaling. This is my book where I kind of stick anything that can go in my journal. So yeah, I was just checking I hadn't written my phone number on the first page like I did in that video. I love Doodles by Sarah, so I've drawn the things that I like from some of her videos. So bunting, I've now got a page full of bunting that I can, because seriously, I am so bad at thinking up my own arty decorative styles. I have to have it written or drawn in front of me so that I remember that style, I can use it, and I just completely forget that I can do something more interesting than just, if you told me to draw bunting, I would draw the most boring bunting, but this reminds me that these styles exist and I can maybe even design my own. So for example, this one, by writing the word love on it, which I think is what Sarah wrote, it suddenly reminds me I can write whatever I like in it. And by doing some lines and circles and stripes inside the bunting, it reminds me I can do whatever patterns I like. So that is the main focus of this book. There's a page full of kind of borders that you can write inside, and then planner type doodles. You can also write inside a lot of these. It's from Doodles by Sarah as well. If it says D by S, Doodles by Sarah. I won't show you this whole book because it would spoil it for future videos. I've drawn my stencils in here to show, it's also a sort of log of what journaling tools I've got, to show me what stencil shapes I've got. I've also put in what funky scissors I've got to remind myself that. So it's kind of a log of what I've got to remind me that I can go and get that one and use that one. Some glitter glue on this page and some distress stains and stuff like that. But this is similar to these three in that it gives me inspiration for what to do in my journal, because I am not very imaginative for my own art. If you told me to doodle something, maybe I could doodle it, but if you didn't tell me to doodle it, I might never have the idea to actually doodle it myself. There's one other thing I wanted to show you here. Here we go. This is a list I got off the internet, things to journal about. So I think I'll finish on this. Keep a list of things to journal about, and then if you ever forget, if you ever can't think of something to journal about, there's some inspiration. So there's a few things I just wanted to show you to help you to have some ideas about what to use to break the blank page curse and get some stuff done in your journal, because once you've started, hopefully it will make it easier to carry on. But you don't have to copy other people. You can take inspiration from anywhere, and then once you've got your own style, whether it's the style of arty things or of what you like to add, or how you use your journal, you can just do whatever your imagination tells you to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.